Hello and welcome to Monday Night Sports with me, Oronje Kusimba. It's certainly a good day for sports, and this Monday things went haywire during the weekend because it was Matters Rugby, and we witnessed Kabras being in a position to beat KCB for the second time in a row, and they told KCB that, you know what, we just decided that this season was certainly our season. So we are all geared up and enticed for what probably will be the outcome of the Kenya Cup match between KCB and Kabras, that is next season. But of course, for today, I've told you my name is Oronje Kusimba and this is Monday Night Sports. And remember, you can reach us via our social media platforms at Switch TV KE, Instagram, Facebook at Switch TV KE, and also Twitter at Switch TV KE. Don't forget YouTube at Switch TV KE. Remember, you can like, share, and subscribe this amazing and lovely content just for you. And tonight's 30 minutes of sporting action begins now. And just to keep you on the know is that I'll be having Mike Indeku just to talk about matters Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, and of course the most hated English Premier League club as it stands, none other than Chelsea. So don't go anywhere because I'll be having also Coach Dida, who will be here to enlighten us on matters local football and also nurturing the young talent into the local football scene. Now, to start us off with matters rugby, just to state, because I stated earlier on that Kabras was in a position to beat KCB 9-6 in the Enterprise Cup finals, where Kabras actually are the winners of the 2022 Enterprise Cup, because it was a final that was very interesting and it was a kicking game. The winner of this match was the one who could kick more, because looking at the number 10 KCB, we also had the likes of Muhoya, who was there at position 10, and Kabras, we had the South African man himself, Dukita, who also kicked in 9 points, and KCB and Kabras won that particular match 9-6. And just to pick up some few things out of that particular encounter, because I was there right there at the RFUA grounds, and I witnessed Kabras going down, KCB going down to Kabras, because it was a slight error during the dying minutes of the game. I don't know now whether the technical parties did not tell KCB that this game is coming to an end, because KCB subbed in and they had Shaban, who was in at position 10, and Shaban decided to go for a scrum instead of going for a kick, surely, and it was the dying moments of the game. For those of you who are all rugby lovers, you know what I'm talking about, and it was a wrong call for KCB. Need I speak when we're talking about the lineouts for the KCB team? Kama Olishe ako huko South Africa, if Olishe is not around, it means that KCB cannot even receive any lineouts. Our Shiki lineouts, Joe. It was a big encounter and it was a big loss for them. So KCB need to go back to the drawing board and see what they can do in regards to that, because their play was more or less it was a scanty KCB. We didn't see the bunkers as we used to like them, and you see, because there were big names there. We had a Monde, we had Okwach over there, we also had Olindi, we had the likes of Zorano in that particular encounter, but they lost to Kabras, who are also not in their best team, because Kabras had started in even Barry Robinson at number 9, and we saw the bad young that guy really attacks. Speckman, not Speckman, he's also Cisco. Cisco is the name, because he's also South African, and you can tell from his steps and from his dummy plays and also kick and chase. That boy is mad talent, and we are waiting for him in the National 7th Circuit. But ndio nisionge nyingi, let's just have a sneak peek of what went down during the weekend, and when we come back, I'm going to tell you more in regards to the Batters Cup. sure you are all wondering what went wrong for KCB because it was a game. Haikukuwa hata na contact. It was minimal contact, but the teams just did not capitalize on the right call at the right specific time. And now still on rugby, because on Saturday we were now leaving Ngong Road, now Kenya RFUA, and we were heading to Kenya's Bathurst Cup, that is Kenya under 20 Chipu, where they were playing at the Nyayo National Stadium, and Chipu dismantled Uganda, our noisy neighbors, 54-20. A big scoreline for Chipu under 20. And you know, minutes before this game, and also hours before this game, even days before this game, our Ugandan noisy neighbors were on Twitter ranting and speaking about this encounter, saying that this time round, it's our time to beat up Kenya. You know, for Ugandans, it's usually a big thing when they beat up Kenya. But things did not go as they planned, because Kenya dealt with them mercilessly, and those young Turks really deserved, they really showed us why they deserve to carry the national flag high. And one thing I must say about this match, let's just have a sneak peek of what went down in that particular encounter. Then when we come back, I'll give you my take on that specific encounter. Now, I was also watching this game, and one thing I can tell for a fact is that Kenya did not capitalize during the first moments of the game, because the first half was really tough. It was hard, and one could easily tell, because where I was seated at the stands, I could see the main man, Curtis Olago, who is the Chipu head coach. They were together with Kevin Wambua Bling, also a very good coach. I think he's the best skill coach here in the country as we speak. Now, Curtis was just walking helter-skelter, walking now, and ako Tuco. He's very restless because of what those guys were doing. And kuna kitu moja about this encounter is that it was a nail-biting one when it was the first half. But the second half, we started raining and pouncing on Uganda like no one's business. But as the day goes by, you know, we'll be meeting, that is Namibia, later on Wednesday, because Namibia, we are through to the semi-finals. And remember, Namibia started their campaign with a 62-0 defeat to Ivory Coast. So Namibia is not going to be a shaky side. It's going to be a strong encounter for us, Kenya. So we need to get our structures and our plays right on set. Just a special big up to my boys over there playing for the Chipu under 20. We have the likes of Randy Odhiambo and also Emmanuel Opondo, who are also solid in that particular encounter. Randy just came in few minutes, alafu mtu anambebea kwa shoulder. He really showed him what it means to carry the national flag and also put on the national colors. Now that is what went down during the weekend in regards to rugby. Now shifting our gears to matters Formula One, the Australian Grand Prix, we witnessed that Charles Leclerc came back to winning ways because he finished position 1, and we also saw the likes of Carlos Sainz coming in at number 2, and we saw number 3 Mercedes bringing in George Russell. Now it was a tough one over there. I know most of you will be asking me, we've not heard you mention, or rather say, Max Verstappen. Things were difficult for him because he had to retire into this one. And I remember I told you that this particular Australian GP, I think it's a prediction come true for me. I told you we are not going to see more of Lewis Hamilton, which did come to pass. But of course, the next Grand Prix is going to be fire, because the big boys will be coming in and will be coming in just to stamp authority and tell us what they are made of. But recently we talked about Mercedes form and we talked about Mercedes Cup because it was a technical matter when it comes to their engineering team, and we cannot say for a fact, or rather let's just give them a bonus for that, because they came in and finished at pole position. It means that things are working out for them. So they are just trying to improve their systems together with the fuel system. Was also a problem when it came to Bahrain for the Red Bull, and we saw them also pulling up their socks. Now on to the next one, but congratulations to Charles Leclerc. Okay, now we are right on course. Now this is the moment that you all have always and will be waiting for, because this is the fun experience. Now this weekend, things were different. And it was more fun and more enticing because Kabras had their Luya guys come to Nairobi and support them as they beat KCB for the second time in a row. Remember, KCB has been a hard nut for them to crack, but they beat them when it came to the when it came to maybe getting the Kenya Cup title. They did not beat them 2 times in a row. They beat them in the Kenya Cup title race, that is. And now these ones, this time round, they beat them when it came to the Enterprise Cup final. So this year wamepiga KCB mara moja. You know, it's a big thing for a Kabras fan to beat KCB. So those of you who are Kabras fans, you know what I'm talking about, and it has never been an easy thing for you, or rather an easy task encounter for you guys, but you did it. Congratulations, Kabras. And this is what the fans had to say, or rather the fans were doing, not had to say, because this one is more of action. So just see what Kabras fans were lit up and were gassed doing in Nairobi. These are Luyas who came to Nairobi for the fun experience this week. Okay, now that is it for now, because we are almost, and I believe not almost, we just wrapped up the first segment. And special thanks to my producer Ivy and also my director Bobby, who's just there full gear and full blast, because we'll be talking about matters Manchester United, and he's a staunch Manchester United fan. And just to mention, because earlier on as we were starting, I told you that today's show will be a matter of, it's just life and death, because we are just doing one guest to another guest. Now we're going to start with Coach Dida, who will be talking about matters nurturing the young talent into the local scene and also international arena when it comes to sports. And of course, we'll be having the man himself, Mike Indeku, who will be here who is going to tell us what went wrong when it came to Arsenal, and also what went wrong when it came to Manchester United. And also, he had something which he told me behind the scenes, that he witnessed a special game that we saw champions. It was in a long span of time that we've seen champions play in the English Premier League. So if I were you, don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this short commercial. Now, many thanks, beautiful people, for being part of this lovely broadcast till this particular point and time. As stated, we all started in a fresh gear, and we talked about Matters Rugby Enterprise Cup, and we also looked at the Formula One brilliant things over there. Remember, you can be part of this lovely airing by trickling in your comments via the comment section at Switch TV, KE, across all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and of course YouTube over there. Like, share, and subscribe, because here Monday Night Sports matters sporty, and as promised, we are here on set with the only one, Coach Dida, who is just here to enlighten us more on nurturing talent among the youth. Now, I like to be precise on this one, because this is not only the youth, but specifically upgrowing people, the people who are just coming into the sporting arena, the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, because we see Cristiano Ronaldo started playing in at a very tender age. Now, Coach Dida is responsible for that, and he will be telling us more in regards to that specific point. But first things first, Dida, mambo vipi?
Mambo poa sana.
You're brilliant.
Yeah, I'm good.
Now, let's just go straight into today's topic, nurturing talent among the young ones now, because we are seeing a team, more so the national team. We've been lagging when it comes to nurturing talent. And you're talking about your specific academy, and you're one of the youngest, by the way, he's one of the youngest coaches I know in the country. Now, how does it feel to be that?
Feels good. Then it feels like I'm under pressure because, I'm young and some big people out there. So we just keep on moving, keep on pushing, and at least give the small generation or the small kids a chance to play. Yeah.
Na sasa hiyo akademi yenyu, how does it feel kuwa na hawa watoi? Given that most of them ni watoto wadogo, and we all know that it's difficult kutrain watoto wadogo.
Actually, it's fun, and again, it's a blessing because out there in Kenya, we have talent. Out there, the smaller kids, they have talent. So when they come to play or they come to train, it's fun. It's fun because they have a purpose. Maybe a kid can say, I want to be like Cristiano. So he works hard or she works hard, the pitch and everything. But it's fun. Actually, there's no challenge training with the smaller kids. It's very, very fun.
And I'm sure most of you, because you will be texting in and asking me how old is Dida, because I mentioned him being the oldest, the youngest, one of the youngest coaches in Kenya that I know. Now, Dida, are you comfortable with you telling us your age? Now, why did you decide to take up this particular routine? Kwa sababu at your age, I think you should be playing pia wewe.
Yeah. Actually, I'm playing football, and my age, I'm 23. I'm still playing football. In Nairobi, I play for Safaricom team. In Eldoret, I'm a coach. Again, I play football. So it's like two things. So I don't think there's any challenge, but the challenge is that it's just the trust I need to get out there. I need to get from people. I need to get from parents, from other coaches. I need to learn from them. Like me, I'm looking up to Pep Guardiola and how he's playing, how he's done to Manchester City.
Ndio maana uliona hii jezi ukasema ni jezi ya timu kubwa.
Yeah, timu kubwa. Yeah, so all I can say, these kids, we have very, very big talent out there. We just need more academies in Kenya. And when you have more academies in Kenya, in football, national team, it will be easy. Because at the moment, we don't have academies. So it's very difficult for us, Kenya, to go forward in terms of football. So we need a lot of academies and a lot of encouragement from the parents, staff, everyone.
Na sasa hiyo academy yenyu, how many children do you have there? And maybe what particular leagues do you participate in? Alafu kuna mtoi mmepeleka majuu?
Yeah, okay. I started the project last year. Then the corona thing came. It was a disaster. But again, we are still moving. So for now, I'm coaching from under 8 to under 20. That's the rate we are coaching now. And next year, we have 2-3 kids who are going to Spain for trials. Yeah, so we wish them all the best, at least. But in Eldoret, we are open. We are called Hatton Grange Academy at Elgon View. Yeah.
Na sasa, because I asked you how it is to deal with children, watoto wadogo, because you coach as little as tuseme ule mdogo mwenye ako kwa ile academy, akona miaka ngapi?
Akona miaka 8.
Miaka 8?
8 years. Yeah.
Sasa, how is that experience? Kwa sababu unajua watoi wanasumbua sana, they like making noises. Alafu ukiangalia unaambia mtoi fanya hii, he does the exact opposite thing of what you've told him or her to do. So how exactly are you equipped to handle them?
Okay, as I said, I've been coaching for now it's my third year.
Third year.
Yeah, so I have experience. And actually we create not only football, you have that fun trainings, yeah? They get fun, they get a lot of fun while training. So it makes it easy. I don't think it's hard. But football, there's nothing hard. We fight till the end. That's the theme of my team or of my academy. We fight till the end. But it's a lot of fun.
Tuongelele ligi sasa. What kind of leagues are you playing for now?
Okay, for now, May, we are having a league called the Eldoret Inter-School Competition. It's starting on May 7th. So anyone who is in Eldoret is welcome at Hatton Grange Football Academy to come and watch. It's between 8 schools, so yeah, you're looking forward to that. Yeah.
Okay, now I know this one directly hits you because we also the ban that was imposed by FIFA on Kenya concerning football, because no footballing activities, that is as per they say, tuko banned huko nje. So how does it feel, you as a person who is responsible, you are shareholders of, you're the major stakeholders of people who actually nurture talent for proper grooming now outside, because we cannot get players from Kenya going to play football outside Kenya now?
It's sad. First of all, it's sad. Very sad we got banned. And actually, I'm just shocked. And we have a lot of talent which is going to waste now. But I believe, as I said, we have to go back to the drawing board. That's the academy now. We have to go back to the academies, and they have to open more academies so that we can give chances to these smaller kids or small generation which is coming. Yeah.
Na watu hiyo wanaichukuliaje? Wanajua hiyo story, wanajua tumebaniwa, wanajua that at this particular point in time hatakuwa tukicheza soka.
Yeah, on my side, on my academy, there are some here which they are under 15, they know. These smaller kids, they don't know, they just play football and that's all. But I believe as time goes by, we'll be back, and I believe as Kenya will be in the right direction so that to take, or will be in the right direction to have, so that we can compete to the competitions. Yeah.
Na saizi when we wrap up, because my director Bobby tells me that we are almost out of time, and of course super director Ivy herself. Now, can you just tell us in a nutshell, or rather speak to the government in regards to nurturing talent? Waambie kitu yenye una feel wanafaa kufanya, because this is an insight coming from youth specifically. Jue pia ni kijana na una deal na vijana. So maybe you can just speak to them and tell them in a nutshell what they need to do when it comes to nurturing talent among the youth.
Okay, what I can say is that they should open more academies and give a lot of chances to these kids out there. And pia wanaweza enter mashinani, because there's a lot of talent, especially Western there, Eastern, everywhere. There's a lot of talent, but generally I could say we have to go back to the drawing board, of which is opening a lot of academies. We just need to give chances to this. We need to give chance to this smaller generation or small kids out there, because there's a lot of talent. Yeah, we don't need to waste it.
Okay, thank you very much. That has been brilliant from Coach Dida himself. Remember, he invited you all the way to Eldoret for you to witness the inter-schools games competition, specifically dealing with children as low as under 18. It's a big deal over there, because it's not something that is quite easy dealing with children. We all know it could be hectic, one level or another. But I turn to call him Ashuja, because he's also a young person who has deeply ventured into making sure that the young talent in Kenya are put in safe hands. That has been Monday Night Sports for today, but I'm not saying that we are leaving, because in a short while we'll be having the man himself, Mike Indeku. He will be right here on set to talk about Manchester United. We also what happened to them, and Dida is actually laughing. Now, I should have asked him this in regards to the POV of him being a coach. And we also have something in regards to Manchester City. So don't go anywhere. Right about now, we'll be back. All right, then we're back on course Monday Night Sports, and I know we are a little bit delayed on this, but we cannot leave it behind. The likes of Shiro Immobile. We're also seeing the likes of Chiellini. We're also seeing the likes of who else? Who else?
Lorenzo Insigne,
Bonucci,
Donnarumma.
Gianluigi Donnarumma. We are going to miss this kind of individuals when it comes to Qatar. Now, we never talked about this one, but Mike, as I bring you in na kuleta ile ndani wanasemaga nini
Nachemshia mtu.
na kuchemshia mtu. Can you just explain to us the reason behind now Italy missing out in the Qatar World Cup?
First
this
of all,
specific year?
that was an egregious thing that Italy did. And I'm a supporter of Italy when it comes to World Cup. By the way.
I also have an Italy jersey.
You also have an Italy
and
jersey.
I bought it specifically simply because I knew that this World Cup mtakuwa locked.
Can you imagine? And this guy is failed miserably. How do you, North Macedonia? Do you know where North Macedonia is in this world? If I brought that globe, can you point to where North Macedonia?
I don't even know.
I don't know.
Leave alone the North. Let's just say Macedonia. Let's now leave even the North itself. We take the North and say we are taking it away.
Yeah.
We are dealing with Macedonia. We don't even know about it.
It was ridiculous. It was an embarrassment, especially after winning the Euros. Those are 2 World Cups consecutively that failed to go. 2018 and now 2022. People like Lorenzo Insigne, that probably his last World Cup. Marco Verratti, they're not growing any younger. Chiellini was going to be his last tournament. Bonucci, the same.
And Chiellini was really showing up a brilliant set of play together with Bonucci. And we all saw that the World Cup could be an opener. We could see them now play more better even together, bringing in that tandem defense over there. But
for sure. And you know, it's a big embarrassment to Italian football because you cannot be one of the big 5 leagues in the world and you fail to make the biggest showpiece in international football. I mean, that's just, it's a disgrace. They should be embarrassed of themselves.
Now, let me just smoke the smoke out of you because the likes of Donnarumma, are we saying that Donnarumma was just a fraud, that he was just being exposed in one way or another? Because I've seen it on social media, a lot of guys saying, I told you that this is not a good goalkeeper. Now we saw him do what he did to Italy.
I think I disagree with that. I think Donnarumma has a lot of talent. That's what I'd say. But the entire team, the problem with Italy is that they fail to capitalize on their chances. Yeah, how they found themselves in a playing tournament, same with Portugal. They only needed a draw against Serbia, they'd be in. Now they failed, they had to take the difficult road. Yeah. But I'd say it's not one individual player, it's a number of players. Mancini as the coach also has to take blame. Yeah.
So we should stop blaming Donnarumma.
Yeah, Donnarumma.
And in fact, he's a young tech. So when you guys put him some pressure in him, it will affect one way or another. And now, still kwa hiyo mambo ya World Cup, unadhani gani ndio group of death?
Ebu tuangalie. Group of death nilikuwa nimeona Spain and Germany, by the way.
Spain and Germany.
It's going to be in group, is it group, group E. Because we have Spain, Germany, Japan. I think that looks like the most tricky group.
Spain, Germany, Japan.
Yeah, the funny thing with, as I saw the groups, Cedric, is that they were kind of balanced, all of them. There's no one in particular. At least you'll have one that's one of the best, then the rest are fairly easy. So you expect the big teams to show up, and which is good because now we'll get to see the big teams in the knockout stages. So
big teams in the knockout stages.
Yeah.
Now let's speak about Africa. Do you think that Africa has a fair chance when it comes to the quarterfinals, semi-finals, or rather, I'm not speaking about the finals, but let's speak about the quarter and also the semis.
The ability to progress,
Africa have the ability to progress,
or
maybe specific teams that can't be in a position to move through the quarterfinals.
For sure, like if I look at the groups, Cedric, I'd say Ghana's in a tricky group with Brazil and Uruguay. They played you as a replay.
I was almost asking you that because to my own opinion, I think that that's the group of death.
Oh, Ghana, Brazil, and you think this is the group of South
Portugal,
Korea?
Ghana, Uruguay, and South
Son,
Korea.
you mean you see what
Kwa
he's doing in
sababu Son
Tottenham?
ako pale, and you know Son anabebanga team peke yake.
Yeah.
And we also have Uruguay over there, and we know the rivalry between them and Ghana. Keeping in mind we Africans.
Actually, you might be right. Yeah, it's not a very bad group. I kind of, I'll give you that. Morocco, Canada, Belgium, Croatia. That's a difficult one. I mean, Croatia and Belgium. There's no way you're smoking them. Yeah. And then I think I'd say Tunisia probably has Tunisia has no chance. Denmark. Let me say the first group with Senegal. It probably has the best chance. If we're serious. Because other than Netherlands, the rest of them, you can compete with them. Other than Netherlands, the rest of them, and you can also beat Netherlands the way Senegal are playing with the star power they have. I mean, they have who? Ismail Yassar, talk about Sadio Mane, the star player. Koulibaly at the back. The guy who
Keita
was
Balde.
dancing, Edward Mendy, what the hell was he doing on the field against
Now, speaking of Mendy,
Yeah.
and we have seen that they've had a very bad streak when it comes to the English Premier League. But we are talking about the Qatar World Cup, and we are seeing Senegal maybe possessing their golden generation, as per they say. And this squad must really win something. And they won that's the AFCON. But now they're trying to show the whole world that we are not only big people when it comes to Africa, but we are big people when it comes to the world arena. So is it going to be an easy thing for them?
You're spot on. I think Senegal has its best chance to advance as far as they've possibly done in a World Cup tournament. If there's any time for them, it's now. Now, what they just have to probably hope is they get into the knockout stages, get a friendly kind of team, then progress
Friendly kind of team. They have Ecuador over there. Now, are we saying the friendly kind of team will be Qatar?
No, Qatar are there to make numbers.
Qatar ni mnyonge.
Yeah, they're there to entertain neighbors na kuweka kahawa kwa meza.
Lakini itakuwa ile scenario yenye tuliona Russia, because we saw Russia coming in and most of the guys saw Russia as the opponent that haiwezi pita sana, but it surprised us.
Yeah.
Ikasonga.
Yeah.
And it was the home team. Qatar inaweza zungushwa na wale Waarabu wakiwa pale.
Yeah, unless maybe they've bought people from wherever, I don't know. You know, they have the money to splash on people.
Nasema wanunue Newcastle wailete icheze World Cup.
Yeah, wanunue Newcastle, PSG, kila mtu.
Cheze World Cup. And
You're not
going
playing
to
for
play,
Brazil.
you're going to
How much are you paying you? Shame on you.
But do they have the capability? Wako na uwezo, wako na capacity.
Qatar, you know, and there's that, I'll say the home advantage. You know, when you're playing at home, Cedric, you're seeing your family, your wife, your son.
Unaona dem yako crash
I
ako
mean,
pale.
you know when your girlfriend is on the stands, there's a level.
What you can do.
There's a normal man and there's a man whose girlfriend is in the stands.
Ako kwa stands
Those are
pale.
two different people.
Sasa speaking of that, are we saying that Manchester United kidogo jana hawakucheza na watu kwa stands? Mademu wao hawakuwa.
Yeah, mademu wao.
Mademu akina Cristiano, mademu akina Maguire. What is happening to Manchester United? Just an honest opinion about how they are playing.
Yeah, I mean, Manchester United, for me, it gives me joy. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'll not hide my joy. I'm very happy with what is going. Waendelee vivyo.
Wacha nikushow kitu moja, because at some point in life, I used to be an Arsenal supporter.
Why you chose to downgrade is beyond me.
Lakini kuna ile kitu wenye hautafurahia sana ukiona jazi inazama, because Manchester United, it's now serious.
It is serious.
It's serious
it
now.
Is serious.
Is the problem management? Because we're also seeing some jitters over there and also rumors that probably Ralph could be the sporting director wa hiyo club. Then they scout for a new manager. They're actually rumors, so it's not based on a certain kind of reality or something. So do you think that could be the problem?
I think the major problem, Cedric, I'd say for Manchester United, it must come from the top manager. How Alex Ferguson was winning with these owners, it just shows you how good Sir Alex Ferguson is. Because all these coaches, and they're good coaches. David Moyes, look at what he's doing at West Ham. Look at Mourinho. He's not a bad coach.
But David Moyes was part of Manchester United.
Yeah, exactly.
And he proved that he couldn't handle that squad.
Now, you see,
at that point. Now, anaweza handle saizi Cristiano akiwa na ilikuwa shida ile time.
You know, Cedric, if I present for you a number of dishes hapa hivi and every one of them tastes bad, and there are different cooks who have cooked those meals, and they're all good, it probably cannot be the cooks who are bad. It must be your taste buds imeharibika.
Sasa because you're speaking of my taste buds.
Yeah.
Now let's talk of Arsenal now. Hii Arsenal yenyu.
No, yeah, we just
hii Arsenal yenyu.
Can we move?
There's no need move on without this topic. We started with Manchester United, so probably we are heading the direction ya Arsenal. Arsenal inaogopa tu top 4. What's the problem with Arsenal?
Cedric, I watched the Brighton game. I was almost punching the screen because I could not believe. We have worked so hard to get here. Now we are screwing everything up.
You blink, you lose.
Yeah. And Spurs, you see how on form they are. They are killing everyone. Son, Hurricane, boom, goal. Us, we are starting to falter. We are putting Chaka at left back. Oh, my goodness. Even my own mother could have done. Come on. No, that was just ridiculous. That game was
so in short, Arsenal walicheza umama.
Ni fala sana. And in fact, wanafaa kunyimwa mshahara for the rest of this month. They do community service pamoja na training.
Lakini hata wale watu, there is no money that they earn. Those guys are earning peanuts. Wale watoto wa Arsenal. Angalia wage bill yao.
Cedric, you're getting personal now. I don't know why.
They're earning peanuts. Probably that's the problem why Arsenal are afraid of top 4. Mnakanyaga tu hivi kidogo.
Then tunaondoka.
Then mnaondoka.
Tunakuja tuna nini? Hii nyumba iko sawa.
Alafu tena mnachorea.
Tunachorea.
Now because we've talked about losers and losers, I think now the losers are Arsenal and losers are Manchester United. But of course, we are now heading to the champions themselves, how they portray themselves on the pitch. This one for another way or another different level. Manchester City, I mean, versus Liverpool. We also the game yesterday. And one could tell for a fact that hawa ni champions. So uliona hata hawataki mmoja aende na waliamua tusikizane. Point moja ibaki grau, moja muende na hiyo moja.
That's, I mean, you see some certain games and you realize there's levels to this. There's levels. Yani you're watching Arsenal, you're watching Man U, then you see the level Manchester City and Liverpool are at. It's just, I mean, they're levels above.
Was it the title decider?
I feel, yes, if Liverpool had to win that game, the favorites for the title right now are Manchester City. Because, I mean, defeating Manchester City is a whole huge task. It's almost impossible. Now, unless, someone does something foolish in a game, a red card or something like that, but even, it's so hard.
It's so difficult.
Yeah, for me, I just appreciated watching a top quality game, world-class players. It was just exceptional.
For Manchester City, that is.
For
and also Liverpool.
Yeah.
Alafu sasa, because we're almost out of time. Wrap it up. Hii top 4 unaona nani? Nimekutupia ball. Ama should I literally
throw me
let me throw the ball kwa court yako.
Throw me
Top 4 to
so number 1, of course I'm going to have, I don't want Manchester City to win because I hate those guys. I'll put Liverpool at top. Number 2, Manchester City. Number 3,
Liverpool. That's Liverpool on top.
Liverpool on top.
Number 2, Manchester City.
Man City.
Number 3.
Number 3, I hate to say this, but Chelsea. I hate that. I mean, I would rather even say Manchester United, but
Chelsea number 3.
Yeah. And somehow, some way, by
number
God's
4.
miracle,
Number 4. Don't say, usiseme Arsenal.
No, but we are praying now. Did you see people in church?
We are praying that Arsenal finishes at number 4.
Yes.
That is it for tonight. Mika Ndeku, best 4, top 4 this season. 2020, 2022, 2023.
Yeah.
It's Manchester, it's Liverpool. Number 1. Number 2, we do have Manchester City. Number 3, we do have Chelsea. And number 4, we do have Arsenal. But quote unquote, we are praying that Arsenal finishes at number 4. Remember, this is Monday Night Sports with me, Oronje Kusimba. And you can get us via our social media platforms at Instagram, Facebook, and of course, Twitter over there, and YouTube at Switch TV KE. And let's get the sporting conversation going. But right about now, it's a good night for us. And we are out, signing out. My name is Oronje Kusimba. It has been a lovely night having you as part of our audience.